What's the one silent way people scream, I'm empty?
By seeking attention.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I've had many instances and seasons that I have come to the realization that I am actually empty. And some of those seasons actually look like the world has left you alone to die. And that's the crazy thing about some of us, that we can be with a group of people, but we are actually alone. I mean, I lost 60 million shillings building a school.
Yeah.
I was broke for a long time, but I wasn't poor.
Yeah, hello and welcome to the Iconic Space. My name is MC Paps, and this is another different episode about real life situations, what we go through. And actually, we are having another icon that I think the introduction will never end. So let me start. I had to write it down because it was so much that I could list down. So, ladies and gentlemen, the ones that are watching on YouTube, the ones that are watching in any channel that we're going to be in, and if you're at home, allow me to introduce a man whose name echoes through corridors of influence, creativity, and transformation. A true Kenyan icon, Thomas Kwaka, famously known as Big Ted. Najua majenzis bado tunawaleta hii side, tunawaleta tu polepole mkikaa mkielewa. So from the entertainment scene to the corridors of diplomacy, Big Ted has worn so many hats. For those who know him, he has celebrated being one of the biggest MCs in the 254. Mimi nimekuwa namfuata all through, trying to see how he's been doing his stuff. And actually, he's one of my mentors in that space. He's a visionary leader. He's an entrepreneur. He was currently serving in the public service as a Kenyan Consul General in Los Angeles, if that's correct, according to my notes. He's a man who has turned passion into purpose in different ways. I can attest. So using his voice, not just to hype crowds, but to ignite minds and shift destinies in different ways, mine included in lots of ways. So the introduction continues, but I'm going to stop eventually because he has to say something. So his journey is one of resilience, and he has remarkable service, proving that the dreams that we share, you, me, and everyone, can actually become true. He has a lot of discipline, can take anything and turn it into something. So put your hands together or give it up for the one and only Big Ted, aka Thomas Kwaka.
Thank you for having me here. It almost feels like a church when the pastor is being introduced and he's always waiting there trying to be humble, because all the nice things that are being said about them. But I'm happy to be here. Yeah. It's been a long time coming. I think we spoke about this a long time ago, but we're here now.
Yeah.
And ready to roll.
Yeah, but it always happens that you always show up. I remember last time when we were at Icon Radio, ulitokea, it was tulikuwa tunakutafuta but ulisema nimekuja sasa na tunakuja tupige kazi na tumalize. Understand? The same thing has happened now. So this is a different space whereby we only have icons in this space. Anyone who sits on that chair has to be an icon, has to have made a difference in the industry. No, you cannot just be famous and be in that chair. That's why it's called the iconic space. It's something different that people need to understand deeper meaning of having influence other than just I have numbers and I'm going to do anything with my numbers. So this is a space where we talk about mental health, real life situations, and how me and you can be able to handle that scenario so that you can help someone there who wants to come into the industry, who's depressed, who really feels like, okay, kwa nini hawa kona zote na si hatuna? You understand? Someone who has a very different perspective about the entertainment industry.
Actually,
and life
let
in
me
general.
just jump in there because I think I might just lose that moment. And that's, I think, the biggest problem, that nyinyi mko na kila kitu. People look at us and think that, oh, we made it, we have everything that we want. They don't realize that the higher you go, the more demands and pressures come on you, and the more things that you want. It's like climbing a mountain. If you go to the first level, you'll always be like, oh, I can see until that part. And when you go higher, you keep seeing more. And you keep seeing more. And that's life. The higher you go, the more demands which come on your life, the more stuff around you demands that you become a different person with every step. And those demands never change.
Okay.
They will never ever become less simply because you're going up the ladder. So the ladder always will demand more of you, and you just need to know how to handle yourself as you go up the ladder.
Okay. So we normally start with an icebreaker so that we land in a flat surface so we can have a conversation. So we normally have truth or trick. We normally have two cards that you pick, but now we're not having two cards because you've been in this industry for too long. You know what you want. So would you want a trick question or the truth question?
And truth.
Truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the truth shall set you free, bro.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you a question. What's the one silent way people scream, "I'm empty"?
By seeking attention.
Okay.
And that's one of the biggest problems you have even with social media. All this posting that we keep on putting is actually a cry for help.
Okay. That's different. Okay.
It's a cry for help because it's a cry for affirmation.
I'm this. I'm this.
Yeah.
I'm
And
this.
you always want your next picture to top the other one. So you say, today I'll do a crazy video. And if you get 10,000 likes, you say, like, tomorrow I have to do a crazier one. So it's always like a top up. But it's a cry.
Okay.
Why? It's, you see, perhaps if you allow the world to affirm you, then they control how you think about yourself. So the day they don't affirm you, you actually get depressed. Because your affirmation is not based on who you are, it's based on what people think you are.
Okay. Okay, because that you've really changed my thinking there, because actually it's the truth, because most people in the industry, you might think they have it all, but behind the scenes, what someone posted and you see them 10 minutes ago, you're like, okay, are you the one who just posted that? And you're asking for this, it doesn't add up. So actually makes quite a lot of sense. So let me go with the icebreaker. You fill in the blank. Yeah. So you complete it with the truth of how you feel. So we start. I knew I was lacking when I couldn't even.
Lacking, like
Lacking. Nilijua nakosa when I couldn't even.
Maybe I'm trying to overthink this. Because I've had instances whereby the word will have been eat, the word will have been sleep, you know. But those have been seasons in my life, yeah.
Okay.
So there's some seasons whereby I didn't eat, I didn't sleep well because I was lacking
Something different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's wide.
Yeah.
One kind of poverty we never talk about.
I think spiritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are needy spiritually.
Yeah, spiritual is one of the lacks that we don't talk about because sometimes we feel it's not cool enough to do it. Sometimes we feel that it's been given to us free of charge, so there's no worth, there's no value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Once loved someone from a place of emptiness, and it made me.
Stronger.
Okay. 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 Luck taught me that love is not.
It's not material.
Okay. Okay.
It's presence.
Okay.
Yeah. Presence is everything for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
We show up.
Show up for me, be there for me. Never leave me in the field alone to die. Never leave me in the battlefield. Just be. And sometimes I don't need anything from anyone. I just need you to be there. It can be even empty talk. Hey, we're just hanging out with Paps, just walking around the city of Nairobi talking to a celebrity from Hollywood. That's
Yeah.
it. There's no money.
Actually,
Yeah.
like we've done that once.
And you
So
know what they say? They
yeah.
say that if if you can compare your love to something that money can buy, then you've never really been loved.
Okay, that's deep. A full stomach doesn't mean a fool.
Heart?
Okay. Unaweza kuwa tu umeshiba lakini uko na mambo mingi. I understand. Okay.
Umeenda kwa bash, food ni sare. Alafu ukitoka hapo, you're still empty, you're still you're still in a very, very different space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we come to the main interview, main conversation, whereby we deep dive into the main conversation, which is raw. So the topic is luck, love, and the silent wars that we hide inside as human beings. So, as we said, this show is all about mental health, real life situations, how we perceive life to be, so that we can be able to help people. You're not actually giving them solutions, but they can be able to learn from what we actually talk about. Yeah. So, Big Ted, you've walked through stages, countries, and shadows that only you know, and some that we know. What's the first memory you have of luck, ya kosa, and how did you shape your emotional self?
Well, I've had many instances and seasons that I have come to the realization that I am actually empty. And some of those seasons actually look like the world has left you alone to die. And that's the crazy thing about some of us, that we can be with a group of people, but we are actually alone.
Whoa.
You can be the most popular guy, you have all the likes, you have everything, but you're always alone. I have very many friends who are very popular, but you'll always find them in solitude. Not because they don't have people who can come around them, but because they're just alone. And it takes a lot for you to have somebody who actually understands you. That's why when you come up with the issue of soulmates and people who reflect your soul and who help your soul move on in life, it's very important for you to have somebody who you can sit with them and not talk, but still talk.
And still have a conversation
Yes.
without saying anything.
Yes. And you'll still feel full that I've been at a place. And for me, one of those guys is God. And my conversations are always filled with the God story, not because I'm interested in trying to pitch or preach to somebody a particular perspective of life, but because that's the only reference point I have. You see, your experiences will be your reference point for anything. A reference point is a marker that you put and say, I can only refer, let's say this podcast. If I did another podcast last week, let's say from a group from the States, actually I have one tomorrow morning at 6. I can only refer to that podcast based on this podcast.
Okay.
I can't, if I've not never been to a podcast, then there's no way for me to actually use it as a marker. So my marker is God. And I know of times and places where I've asked God, where are you in all these things? Why are you leaving me alone? How can I do this? How can I do that? And I came to realize that those were times when God either wanted to speak to me because he knows I'm in a very noisy environment. So anytime God wants to speak to me, he draws me out from the people. He causes something to happen that he now has 100% of my attention. And then he's able to deal with me.
Okay. Some other people take it as a bad thing, like, mbona God unanifanya hivyo, you understand? Some other people now take it positively. The way you've taken it is positive.
You see, many times we don't know or don't understand the situation. I'm living in an awareness of time. So I'm very, very, very careful about things that are happening to me. It's not, let me tell you, we've talked about this thing for how long? So the fact that we're doing it today, it's just falling into what God wanted.
Yeah.
It can't have been earlier or later.
Yeah.
I mean, my office is just 10 meters from you.
Imagine, yeah.
But this is actually it. So living in the awareness of time, the first thing you understand is that nothing happens for just by chance. Number two, everything that is happening, there's an opportunity for you. I might be speaking in this podcast to you, But there's somebody who's shooting who maybe this conversation is theirs.
Okay.
But
True.
if they are not in the awareness of time, they will never ever benefit.
Yeah. True.
But somebody who will watch this thing later will be like, oh my goodness, it blew my mind. So I'm looking behind and I'm seeing situations. If I can take you to the Bible, David is somewhere in the bush there, roaming around, taking care of the animals. But in their digs, the prophet has come to say, listen, the king is in these digs. They look for him, they can't find him. And then finally the dad says, but they have another kid, Yani. I don't know if that can be the guy. He's brought, the guy says, listen, I anoint you, you're going to be the next king. And David is sent back to the bush. He didn't atinati because his brother is a king. Everything became good. So there's a promise on your life, Paps. But also there's a process which must go on.
For that to happen.
Yes, for you to be prepared for that promise. So God gives you, first of all, a promise. And then now he says, now I will make you enough to handle this promise.
Okay.
He'll build your character. So he gives you the gift and says, aya, wewe utakuwa hii. But before that happens, lazima nitengeneze vitu hapa around wewe zile ambazo za kusumbua huko mbele.
Wow. Okay. Let's go to question number 2. Luck doesn't just affect what's in your pocket. It leaks into your love life, your dreams, even how you trust people. So how did it affect your ability to love or be loved?
So the first thing about life, remember life is an attitude. It's the way you actually look at everything. And luck is also an attitude. You see, the guys who say, oh, I'm poor. You're not poor, you can just be broke. Poor is a permanent state, but broke is a temporary situation. Now, if you are able to think and say, I am actually just broke, it's only for a moment. Because I have time when I've had nothing. I mean, I lost 60 million shillings building a school.
Yeah.
I was broke for a long time, but I wasn't poor. My mentality is totally different. I have rebuilt the business. So the state of mind that you're in is actually going to determine how you go. And what we say is, if you can see it in your mind, then you can actually hold it. But the problem is, does your mind have the capacity to see it? Or is your situation going to cloud your mind every time? Cloud your mind every time.
You really need to get the clarity, because the mind also has a lot of things. But you have to get the clarity first for you to be able to hold what you actually think. So the focus needs to be...
And remember about the law of attraction. You attract anything that you think about. And perhaps let me tell you, anything that you elevate above God is an idol.
Okay.
Do you think more about this podcast becoming the biggest thing than you think about God helping you make this thing big? Is your wife or your boyfriend or your husband your idol more than God is? Like, if you lose God, you can lose God, but you can't lose your boyfriend because you're like, I'll die. No, that's an idol. Anything that you elevate is an idol.
So it has to come second.
It has to come second. Because many times we're chasing the gift, not the giver.
And
that's where the problem comes in.
You're chasing the gift,
Yeah.
not the giver. Okay. Tunaacha giver, ameshakupea, ushachukua, umeishia.
Yet the reality is, if you have the giver, then the gift will always be there.
Na hiyo ndio hatuelewi.
Hatuelewi.
Ushakula, ushadoroka. Sasa utakosa tena, unarudi kwa giver.
Unarudi tena.
Yakupea.
Na saa zingine pia, giver ana decide, nimekupeleka kwa restaurant. And many times it happens to us. We're taken to a restaurant, we're taken to a good restaurant. And first of all, there are two things. One, either we don't eat because we are afraid. Yet tumepelekwa tukaambiwa kula. So you decide, me, I'll only have chips. Ujamala kula.
Dishi.
Now, the problem comes in when now, after he says he'll pay, we still want to ngangana with the bill. Can I pay kidogo? And that's the problem which we have. that many times the giver has already given us everything that we want, but tunaenda tukichota kidogo kidogo, alafu tuna jam tukienda mwingine amechota na bakuli.
And I'm seeing it in a different way. Okay. Okay. Question number 3. Many people today are in relationships that are trauma bonded. So, not love, actually, trauma bonded. How does being unhealed affect the survival of that relationship?
So number one, I think most of these conversations which we're having are based on a higher level of understanding of life. And I'm trying to right now be very careful on the things that I align myself to and the things that I don't. So for example, I believe none of us gets healed.
Okay.
I think it's a healing process. You never get there.
It's a healing process.
It's a
No one gets
it's,
healed.
It's continuous.
See, to me heal,
No,
now to me heal.
me heal dance a tenor. I think it's a continuous process. How does it look like? It looks like, let's say, I'm in my second marriage. So I am in this space and I did this mistake at the beginning. In the next one, what do I do? How do I change? Now,
How do I solve this
yes,
situation?
but even wherever you are, you'll still have an issue. So you can never say, oh, now we'll never do this, we'll never do that, we'll never do that. You just say, if I make a mistake, my solution needs to look like this. Now that I have done this, my solution needs to look like this.
Okay. Okay. Question number 4. When you've lacked for so long, even friendships can feel like a transaction. How do you begin to build real connections again? Because now that's where the problem is.
Yeah. Number one, don't expect anything from anyone. The fact that I came for this show doesn't mean that now you owe me, you must come for my show or my gig. You don't have to. That's where it becomes a transaction.
Or like, because I did something for you, now you have to do something for me.
Many of the fights we have in the clubs between men and women is simply because the man bought the girl a drink. So he feels that she owes him.
A night.
Yeah. Or a good time. Or a girl sleeps with this guy. Now she feels this guy owes her to pay her rent, her school fees, her mother's fees, her hospital bills, and everything. That's where the transaction part comes in. And we transfer it to everything.
So every time you put an expectation when you're doing something, it ends up badly.
A transaction expectation.
Okay.
You know, if let's say, for example, I help you. If I help you, let's say I was driving the car to town and I see you walking, it's raining, and I give you a lift to town. And then now later I'm telling God, you see, I gave that guy a gift, so I'm a nice guy. No.
You just gave that guy a lift.
You just gave that guy a lift. I think the problem is that we expect quid pro quo on everything. So it actually now ends up messing up our experiences, even of the things that we'll have enjoyed.
So it becomes, okay.
Yeah. If God puts it in my heart to buy you lunch, that's what he has done. And he doesn't owe me an explanation, and I don't owe him anything.
Ni mimi ni buy lunch hiyo story isha. Sio nilibukubaya lunch, so unajua nataka nibebe hii meza.
So sahi lazima sa ufanye hivi. Si lazima. The same way guys put me in WhatsApp groups, do you for what? I leave. Si lazima.
True.
And I told guys the other day, your emergency is not mine. Unfortunately. And that's the problem. We keep on now forcing my emergency on you, my emergency on you. Send 2K now. Send this now. So what if I don't have?
You become a fake friend.
What if I have it, but I had no plan to give it to you?
It has something else to
Yes.
do.
And already if we've been told that if you give to anything, Shingo Upande, you've not given.
You're not given,
So why am I doing it?
because it's not
I
going to
don't
add
feel
up
like
to anything.
I don't feel like giving it.
So I'm not going to give. So don't take it personal.
No. There's nothing personal. Nobody owes you anything, Paps. No one owes you anything in this life.
Wow.
The only person who owes you anything is yourself. You owe yourself to wake up in the morning, give your 100%,
Try
be nice to
again.
people, just do what God needs you to do. That's all you owe. No one else owes you anything. Expectation breeds disappointment.
So you do it and let the nature take its course. Ha. Number 5, to the young man or woman listening who's empty right now, who's grinding, who is tired. What's the truth they need to hear right now that will keep them going?
Number one, God has a great promise on your life. I believe that God has a promise on the lives of everybody on this earth. But God will not bless you with something that will wreck you. All his gifts are good. So he cannot give you a gift that will wreck you. I have 2 daughters. One of my daughters is 16. The other one is 13. I love the 13 one is she's fierce. She's great. And my 13-year-old daughter is amazing. She's a good golfer. She's good at everything. Now, if she tells me, Dad, I want a Mercedes-Benz coupe. And I'm putting together money to buy her the Mercedes-Benz coupe by the time she turns 16. I can get her the car tomorrow. I have friends who have yards who can give me the car. But the car can handle her. I'm sure. It's been proven.
Yeah, but can she handle
The
the car?
road can handle her. The roads are wide enough. Her trucks are riding. The other drivers can't because they have driving licenses. They've been driving. But she cannot handle those elements.
Yet.
So I will wait until she is able to handle them to give it to her. So many times we want God to bless us now for a promise that we cannot be able to handle. And unfortunately, God is not in the business of abracadabra. So he will not give it to you. He will give you peace. He will give you assurance. You'll come and tell him, hey, Paps will tell you, hey, you, I see great potential in you. How many models do you come to your school and you tell them, you know what, maze naona wewe, siku ile utagetu chance utatoboa. Now that model thinks today is the day. No.
It's a process.
Many years ago, I was working at Kiss FM and I was fired. The day I was being fired, I was called by the CEO and we sat down and he told me, Ted, you know what? I see great potential in you. This is like 25 years ago.
Wow.
Told me, I see great potential in you and I see you being a great leader in this country. That the creative economy will never see what you can do. 25 years ago. But he told me, unfortunately, I don't have the time to wait. I have to let you go.
I can't wait now. You know that you're a bad person.
Years old, 25 years later, I am what exactly he said.
Wow.
But it simply means I was not ready then.
Not
but
that
he
you are
could
not
see
good
the
enough.
Potential in me. So you might be out there and you're feeling, oh, I'm dry, I'm empty, I'm everything. This is your time for God to prepare you. God will give you some 3 Gs, you go crazy. I say, man, will you stamp at here more than 3K? God will give an opportunity, you shine, you think, oh, I made it. He would say, no, I'm building your character. God is interested in your character than your comfort.
So unakuwa busy unatafuta comfort, umesahau character.
So God will make sure you'll never ever get to comfort. Your character yako you is strong.
So you need...
You know the bamboo tree, the bamboo seedling, when it's put in the ground, it takes 5 years before it comes out of the soil.
I've never known that. That's new. Okay.
5 years.
Wow.
During that time, other trees have come out, they're growing, they're shooting up, they're blossoming. It's nowhere. But you know a bamboo tree, if you just cut the stem, it just grows. It keeps on growing. It never stops. So while other guys are dying, this one is just growing. So God looks at you and says, hey, you're my bamboo tree. Relax.
Ukate tu unamea.
No, relax. Your time is coming. I'm living in the moment of bambooism, whereby I'm not able to walk into a place whereby people may not know who I am. There's so many things I've never been able to experience because I can't, because if I walk into a guy will be like, hey, Big Ted, you're here, you're here. I can't go to a club and start dancing everywhere. I can't go to an event and just start somersaulting. I can't just go and serve 10,000 molds of food,
Yeah.
because God has brought me to the bamboos time. And I have lots of options, but at the same time, I have lots of things that I can't be able to do. While other guys were blossoming, I'm still around. I'm probably one of the only guys during my age when we're starting, and at my age, who is still at the peak, doing what he wants to do.
You are the Nyashinsky of your space and doing it good. And the problem is most people don't see where you've come from. They're just seeing now. And that's where most people kill each other for our industry. They just want to say what is happening now, how you're doing it, why did this happen, but they never see the work being put.
But Paps, look at yourself. Nobody saw you in that small room there trying to push that radio or event.
True.
People will see you right now on the catwalk, on stages, and think you just came Jana. They don't understand. You walked how many times with no bus fare?
True.
Even for us to get to this studio, they don't know what you've had to go.
True.
All they're seeing is the glory.
Yeah.
But they're not seeing you in the desert being prepared by God for where you are now. And that's why the onus is on you now, as you sit here, to be very, very careful and responsible with the chair that God has given you.
Yeah.
You know what happens with me every time that happens and I forget? He takes me back.
Unaanza tena.
Unaanza tena.
Okay. Whew. Okay. Segment 3. I'll have to make you finish this heavenly lines, huh? And then we're gonna go to the fun part. How am I gonna put this? The most expensive thing I've ever paid for was silence during suffering. How can you be able to define that?
Well, you don't have to always tell people about your pain. And especially when you're being persecuted for something that you did right. My validation doesn't come from what people think.
I need you to expound on this part whereby you're being persecuted for doing something right, because some other people are doing the right thing, but if someone says it's wrong and you know it's right, you still follow the wrong thing that you're not supposed to do.
Because doing right is not cool. And the thing about life is that a wrong thing will not be right simply because everybody's doing it. And a right thing won't be wrong because nobody's doing it.
It's powerful. Woof. Okay. You finish this. To any man listening, I say it's okay to
Fail.
Okay.
We call it be wrong strong.
Be wrong strong. Okay.
Try. Fail. But be wrong strong. Like give it everything.
Yeah, because the worst you
Yeah.
can do is not try. Okay.
And anybody who does not try fails.
Has already failed.
Anyone who does not try fails.
You are not broken. You're just
In repair.
every time. Okay. Never feel like.
I think like a death sentence or like a final.
Okay.
It's not final. God's story in your life is not over.
Love should never feel like.
Like a prison.
Why a prison though?
Because, if I say I love you, I should be saying that I stand by you even through the stupidity that you will do now, in the past, now, and in the future. Love does not get to choose.
Why?
Think about it. God tells us he loves us, knowing very well that we shall mess up. He knows this kid, you've done this, you've done that, and you're going to do this thing, but he says, I love you. So if we're really meant to emulate God's love, then what is love? Love doesn't keep account of wrong.
Wow.
Love doesn't remind you, oh, ulifanya. No. Love never fails. Love always shows up.
You uchome.
You know, love doesn't expect anything from you. Because I love you doesn't mean you love me back. That's not love. That's a
Now
transaction.
that's powerful, because most people think because now I'm nampenda sapia ananipenda because he's giving me time.
Transaction.
You're taking it back to the transaction, because now I love you, now I want you to love me back. Okay. So what can you tell the people who are in spaces whereby it can be a love for your sister, it can be love for family, it can be love for the someone that you love. This person is giving them love. Do you tell them not to expect the love back?
So this is what you need to do. If you're doing something so that somebody else does it for you, then that's transactional, and that's what you started talking about. I love my family whether or not they support me. I love my wife whether she thinks I'm stupid. I've given myself to it. I'm a fool for love because I've made a choice to love her. You see, the love that we have needs to, it's a reflection of God's love for us. Perhaps God loves you na anajua vile roho yako iko. He still says he loves you. Like he knows and he still loves you. Like what kind of love is that?
Can't explain that one.
I have a small puppy called Osiepa.
Okay.
Ossie is naughty, man. He's washed. There's a small black and white dog with very short legs and very hairy. He's washed, cleaned, shampooed. You just release him like this. He runs straight to the matope which we brought him out from. And then he comes and wants to run inside the house. I've never kicked him. I feel like. And I tell him the same thing every day. Where? I still love him. So think about God. Like, immediately he just does something for you.
Unaenda unachoma alafu unarudi.
All of us are here. Oh, Nini, we need money. Ask guys, how much money do you need to finish your problems? You'll budget and say, maybe give me 10 million. You're given 10M.
Utarudi kwa streets.
If your mindset is not changed,
You'll go
in
back.
1 month, you'll be back with zero.
Yeah.
That's what the Bible says, a fool and his money are easily.
Easily what?
Let guys read it.
Comment section. So, luck almost made me forget that I was.
A king.
Okay.
So there's a promise on my life that I'll be a great person, that I'll do marvelous things and amazing stuff. There's a prayer I've prayed to God for such a long time. I tell God that if really no eye has seen, no ear has heard what he has in store for me, then I always ask him, why can't he use me as an example? To show people. Like make me like a showroom. Like guys will always refer and say, hey, I want a big Ted. So right now I might be complaining, oh my God, I don't have this. But think about it. Which creative industry guy has been made an ambassador? It's only me. Which creative guy came from being an MC to working at State House? It's only me. Which creative guy came from the hood, no degree, no nothing, and has risen to all this? It's only me. Who has sat here all these years, managing, making shows and doing things and raising artists and acts and everything? It's only me.
True.
So it means God has been like doing these things for me, but I've never been in the awareness to actually see that, oh my God, I'm actually living the prayers that I prayed as a young guy.
They're manifesting now.
I'm actually living those prayers. So God has actually been faithful.
You just don't see it when
yes,
time
and
goes.
when I'm in that situation, I feel like, oh, I'm not worth anything. I'm not worth shit. I'm not doing this. I'm not that. But looking back, I'm like, wait a minute. I have actually been a king all through. So luck.
Because now that makes sense, because there's also things that when I'm at my thinking time, from 4 a.m. around 5, I came to realize that I've come a long way from Marish all the way, but you keep on thinking that there's something wrong with you because you don't have this, and you don't see the steps that you've made. You came, you got a farmo, you came, you got motis, you got a how, but you still want, and you forget that the the space where you come from, yani, like you don't even see. So I told myself that every month I have to go back to marriage so that I remind myself where I'm from, so that I should be grateful for where I come from. Because every time you keep on like, nimeandika hii kitu haifanyiki, mbona you know, so you're not grateful, and it is not intentional most of the time. But I realized that I would not be appreciative and see God's work if I don't go back and see it for myself.
Let's do something. Take a piece of paper and write down the things that you've managed to achieve.
Okay.
You'll actually be shocked and go like, oh my God. What you write down is actually somebody else's prayer that God comes through for them. Do you know how many guys out there praying that they can do a podcast? And God has done it for us, but we feel this is not enough, as we want something else. But kuna mtu anaomba Mungu asubuhi, usiku, mchana. The guys who are praying to God, me, I wish someone can just teach me modeling. Meanwhile, wewe ushaboeka uko
Nataka kitu ingine
hii kitu
tofauti,
siwezi fanya, hii kitu hata. But there's someone just praying. God, just open that door for me. The day I discovered that what God has done for me is actually someone's prayer list, then it humbled me enough to know that God's plan for me is not yet done. As long as I'm around, He's not done with me.
You still have other things that you... Okay.
Yes.
Let's come to the fun part of the show, whereby we need to know what you like, what you don't like. So tell us one thing that people don't know about you. That might be inspiring to someone out there.
Oh, that... but I've told it many times that I started off as a garbage collector. I used to collect garbage. That was my first business. Yeah.
Okay. So kama uko mtaa na wewe unapiga bees the same ama almost the same, you can see the difference. And you can enda Google check what he does most. Kama hujasikiza introduction. Yeah. And you'll know that God actually works. So who is your favorite artist from enzi za kina Isa? Let's start from there.
Wow.
And actually give us 2 or 3 lines and tell us why you love that artist more from that side.
From Zamani. So let me tell you, I've worked with all these guys, so I will not walk into that pit and pit anybody against each other. But let me speak about the late Cool James Mtoto wa Dandu.
Okay.
Because when he came to Kenya, he actually I saw a guy who was looking outside. You know, he did the remix for Cinema Kosa and a couple of other songs. And just the way he used to operate, like ye alikuwa ameleta ujanja ndani ya biz. So alikuwa mjanja kutushinda, like he was way ahead. I remember we went to Tanzania, myself, him, and my late bro, Big Kev. And when we got to the border, he was like, listen, now when we go into this country, all of us must work together. So Big Ted, you are my manager. Big Kev, you are my bodyguard.
Lala, 29.
Yeah. Like we must go and pitch something to these guys. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. His best track?
Well, in Cinema Kosa it says nikifalewa makesho wengi watalia, kusikitika mtoto katutoka, jina litabaki tena kwa dhati, kwenye kumbukumbu na vitabu vya ukumbusho, maswali mengi bila kupata majibu, mulinisema sana mtoto wa Dandu.
Tight. Yeah. Okay, now current generation. Who's your favorite artist in this current generation?
I think I'd safely go with currently is my favorite artist, Billy Black. And
why Billy Black?
My wife and I love this song. It says "Love Until We Die."
Okay.
Yeah, I know you don't know
I
it.
don't know it.
Yes,
Like
yes,
that's why
yes,
I'm really
yes.
blank.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, me and the 1 million people who are going to be watching this,
Yeah, they can actually just go to YouTube.
and just like,
You know, that's the problem we have with this generation. People
uh-huh,
said that the problem in the previous one was the lack of information. Actually, the internet is showing us it's not the lack of information which is the problem,
ignorance.
it's ignorance. Because anything you want is there, but guys don't check it out. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. As we conclude, this is actually the last part of the show. What can you actually tell people who are struggling to just do life and who really want to get something and they've been there for years and it's not coming? You can just look at the camera and tell them
Yeah.
how you feel before we sign out.
So one of the things that I'd like to encourage everybody is this thing called hope.
Okay.
And hope for me is the epitome of everything. Hope is tomorrow will be a better day. Hope is that God has a better plan for me, that not everybody I meet in the world is bad. Not everything that will go wrong, around me. That's hope. So just have hope. It's as simple as that.
Just have hope.
Just have hope. Look at what does hope mean to you? Hope means today's a bad day, tomorrow will be a better day. Let me tell you something crazy about life. As we are speaking right now, somebody is taking their last breath, but you are still alive. As you're speaking right now, somebody is being fired. What time is it?
It's 10:54.
At 10:54 on today, somebody has just received a letter that the work they were doing will no longer be required. At the same 10:54, there's somebody who's just received the letter saying that we have awarded you the contract to do 1, 2, 3. One day, I live on the Bomas side of Nairobi, and I was driving, and behind me was a motorcade, a wedding motorcade,
Okay.
with very flamboyant cars. And we stopped at the roundabout of Langata for a hearse motorcade to pass and enter Langata Cemetery. And in my ear, I could hear an ambulance from one of the maternity hospitals.
Behind you.
And I wrote something said, a hearse, a wedding, a childbirth. Right there, life met. A child was being born, somebody was getting married, and somebody was being buried. And I was right in the middle, and I'm still thinking, I'm not worth enough. I am.
Wow.
And that's living in the awareness of time. That this is final. This is a choice. And the ambulance carrying the baby going to be born is what the future would look like. That was life right in one area.
Wow. Well, it's gotten deep. So, as we conclude the show, there's something that I always write down, like a small outro of the show. There's pain that poverty teaches you, not just for the wallet, but of the heart. It steals your voice, reshapes your desires, and can leave you feeling like love, worth, and connection are only for the lucky. Today we sit with Big Ted, a man who's risen, fallen, and found wholeness again and rebuild again multiple times. To talk about the quiet ways luck affects us as human beings and how we can finally heal from the inside out. This has been one of the conversations that have been tight ever since we started the first episode, because I'm seated with someone who has mentored me, someone who has raised me emotionally, someone who has been reminding me to pray. Like, have you prayed before this started? Someone who has given me business, someone who has given me a lot of things. And I not only call him my mentor, but he is a person who is like a spiritual father, because I normally go to his page to see what he's written so that I can see.
By the way, I left social media.
You've left social media?
Me and my 60,000 followers.
Why?
I think I'm in a season of being reshaped. God is reshaping me for what He wants me to do.
Is it a season you've just left for some time, or
Well, God will guide. I feel that, social media is what we call attention economy.
okay?
By the way, fact, Kenyans spend 48% of their time on social media.
Wow.
It is fact, it's research. We have more screen time than any nation on earth.
Wow.
And because of that, I find that I'm always busy looking at, being influenced by,
Oh,
And I'm feeding my mind more with what other people are doing. Now, the problem with that is one, the day you pray, if you don't open your mind to what God can do for you, your prayer will always look like, God bless me with the car Big Ted is driving.
okay.
I
It is
will-
not your prayer.
I will become your benchmark. God bless me with this studio. You will not say, bless me with 10 of this.
He's given you an open check, but
Yes,
you're
yes. So it's a moment I took. It's intentional, and I'm just taking it at the other time. And also, I'm going through some other transitions in my life. I just feel it's good for me to be away from the noise, so that I can hear
the noise is too much
too
outside.
much. The distraction is too much. If let's say I'm having a problem in my marriage, but all I'm seeing is happy couples, or sad
And it
couples,
affects you.
or sad couples. Or AI makes sure that anything I watch is saying how women are bad.
Yeah, that's what it does. Big data makes sure that
it will always change and alter your mind. So I'm in a period of being quiet, very, very
for as
quiet.
long as you
And as
will
long
be guided
yes, and as long as I'm at peace, then I'm doing the right thing. Anybody who wants me will call me.
to. Okay, so that's Instagram. That's any Twitter.
Instagram, Facebook.
Twitter. Okay, but on WhatsApp,
So,
we
so if you look for me, you can't find me. I deactivated the accounts.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My value doesn't come from the likes that I get. One of the reasons why everybody is so shocked is because you're looking at value. Sasa, what are like? Aje, what are unagera 60,000,
niko na
60,000
mbona sina 10,000 likes?
because I don't want my value to be held by the people who tap and like.
Okay.
I want my value to be held by what God can be able to do for me or use me to do. Thank you.
Okay. And for those who are waiting for the show to end, until the next episode, this has been one of the biggest icons that we have in the 254. My name is MC Paps.